What is going on, everyone? This is Julian, and I hope you had a very happy holiday season and a very late Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate Christmas. And sorry it's been a while since I last uploaded, but I am back here with another video. This time it is in the Master League Classic and Master League, which just came out yesterday. So yeah, the reason why I'm have this video up right now is because I recently built a Lugia here, and I actually was able to get a Shundo in a raid. Last time Lugia came out, and this one did have Aeroblast, so decided to finally utilize it in the Master League, and I had enough resources to invest in one. So here it is, and of course Lugia I'm using as the save swap for this video. And just say that it is a very awesome save swap, super bulky, even against really unfavorable matchups, it can still do very well. And I'm pairing this Lugia with Excadrill, which Excadrill and Lugia form a very solid core. Both of them cover each other's weaknesses pretty well. And also Giratina Origin in the back, which I also happen to get a lucky hundo from a trade. So that's rounding it out in the back here. So once again, here is the team: Excadrill with Mudshot, Rock Slide, and Drill Run, of course. And then Shiny Lugia, that's Shundo, rather, with Dragon Tail, Aeroblast, and Sky Attack. And again, Aeroblast is a legacy move, so you will need an Elite Charge TM to get it now. And of course, Giratina Origin in the back with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, and Ominous Wind. So to round it out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into these battles and see how I do. And I will say with this set, I got a 4 out of 5 record. I think there was one particular team you'll see that kind of gave me some problems here. But here we go, jumping into the first battle. And Excadrill into Giratina Origin. This isn't exactly the greatest of leads to start off the match, just because Giratina is just pretty powerful, and then Excadrill isn't the bulkiest of Pokemon. It's actually really glassy. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a Drill Run here. It's doing some very nice damage here against this Giratina Origin. Now the Giratina Origin did build up to a potential Shadow Ball, so I will have to respect it. And it is a Shadow Ball, which is a great shield from me. So what I'm going to do here is overfarm just a little bit and then go for another Drill Run and see what the Giratina wants to do. I'd imagine that they'd shield at this point, given that they don't really want to lose their Giratina right now. So what I'm going to do here is to draw out to get my Lugia off the field, not on the field now. And I actually bat out an Excadrill. So this is actually pretty good. So Lugia is able to tank about 3 Rock Slides here. And again, so Lugia is really bulky. You can see one of these Rock Slides doesn't really do all that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight for the Aeroblast here on this play, and either force the last shield or get the Excadrill down to very, very low health. So the Aeroblast is coming through, and it is going to get the Excadrill very low. They survive over like 1 HP, and it's a CMP tie. So I'm going to let this go because Lugia definitely can tank another Rock Slide here. So Rock Slide is going to come through and take out this Excadrill, and one Dragon Tail is able to farm it down, and they actually come in with a Melmetal. So this is actually pretty tricky here. But I'm going to go for the Sky Attack here just to get a little bit of chip damage off. And now the Melmetal cannot farm me down with Thundershocks. They will have to throw a move here to take me out. So I'm going to get a little bit more farm, and the threat of another Sky Attack will force the Melmetal to throw. And this is perfectly fine, so I'm going to let this go. And they will do a Rock Slide to take me out. So at this point, I can come in comfortably with my Giratina. Giratina does resist the superpowers, of course, and the Thunder Shocks, and Rock Slide only does neutral damage. So I'm coming up the Giratina. The Melmetal throws a move, and this is going to be the Rock Slide, which does some nice damage. Actually, they actually throw a superpower for some weird reason there, but they actually swap into the Giratina and snipe me with a Shadow Ball, which is fine. Giratina can tank it pretty well. I'm just going to go ahead and farm down at this point here. So my Giratina is able to farm down their Giratina. It's actually very under-leveled, by the way. And I am actually going to farm up a little bit more, try to catch on the Rock Slide, so I'm able to swap into the Excadrill to catch this Rock Slide. And at this point, the game is pretty much over. So the opponent realizes that, and they surrender the match there. So great game, well played to my opponent there. And yeah, so that's the first battle. Very well played. All right, we're moving into the next battle here. And I will say this is such a fun team to run, especially with Lugia as a save swap. Great bulk. You get Excadrill handling a lot of stuff in the meta. But speaking of handling the meta, Excadrill's got another great lead here against the Zekrom. So Zekrom can't really do too much to me here. The only thing they can really go for is Crunch if they have it. So I'm going to overfarm just a little bit here and go for the draw run straight away. I'd imagine that the Zekrom is going to want to shield. So they do shield here. And then I'm going to get hit with the attack. I'm actually going to shield just in case it's a Crunch. We'll do and preserve the Excadrill. So they actually go for Wild Charge, which is pretty crazy. And they actually come in with a Mewtwo. So Mewtwo is a little bit of a tricky safe swap to face for this team. But I'm going to no-shield this first one, even though they did build up to a Shadow Ball here. And it is a Shadow Ball, so that's going to do some pretty nice damage to my Lugia. So at this point, I'm just going to overfarm a little bit more and go for a Sky Attack right here. I know I don't think I'll be able to reach an Aeroblast in time before I get hit with another attack, so I definitely want to get off some chip damage here with the Sky Attack, but it does get shielded, which is great. So I'm trying to get to this next move, but I'm going to no-shield just in case it's a Side Strike. And it is a Side Strike here, so it doesn't exactly KO this Lugia, which is fine. I'm going to overfarm just a little bit more, go for a Sky Attack. However, I do lose the CMP tie here because Mewtwo wins pretty much every CMP tie. But at this point, I'm just going to let the Lugia go down. It's done its job. So I'm going to come in now with the Giratina and get a quick jump start here on energy. So I'm going to do just that, come in with the Giratina. I'm going to try to farm down here. And the Mewtwo is at a move, so I will have to respect the Shadow Ball, but it's just another Side Strike, so that's unfortunate. And they actually come back into the Zekrom, so I'm going to come back in straight away with the Excadrill, overfarm as much as I can. And so I overfarm by about 4 mud shots. Then I'm going to head throw this draw run right here. This is definitely going to be taking out the Zekrom. So I do have some residual energy here. I'm going to actually throw the draw run away. I don't want to hit by a Side Strike here, so this draw run will be taking out the Mewtwo. And we'll just have to see what's in the back for this squad. And it's actually a Dialga, so not the most ideal, but the Excadrill can definitely handle a little bit of it, even with its low health right now. One draw run will be getting the Dialga pretty low to the reds, so at this point it's pretty much game over though. And then the Dialga is actually forced to throw their Iron Head, which is great. So so this is fine. The Iron Head's going to take out the Excadrill, but I have a move stored on my Giratina, and even an Omnis win at this point will be more than enough to take out the Dialga. So great game. Well played to my opponent there. All right, and we're moving on to battle number 3. All right, so we have Excadrill into a Ho-Oh. Now, Ho-Oh is actually really, really bad here. What I should have done, I think I misplayed this match quite a bit. I think what I should have done here is swap out into Lugia right away. But even still, this probably wasn't a easy one to claw back from. So Rock Slide's going to do a lot of damage here against this Ho-Oh. And I swap into the Lugia here to catch the move. And I know they're going to Brave Bird here, but I decided to no shield. And it's a Brave Bird. It does a good chunk of damage, but it tanks pretty well. So now they actually bring in a Dialga, which isn't that great. So I think what I was trying to do was get to the Aeroblast, but I got a little bit too ambitious. I actually do get to the Aeroblast, which is fine here. But the Aeroblast is going to get the shield here from this Dialga. Actually, no, they let it go. Forgot about that. So I do try to farm down, but it's really bad here, and Dialga is actually able to get a lot of farm. So what I'm going to have to do here is come in back with the... actually comes into Giratina at this point just to soak up the damage. So if they do decide to Draco Meteor me, that's okay. But they actually go for the Iron Head. So I'm trying to farm down, but fortunately the Giratina or the Dialga actually got to another move, so it's another Iron Head. And I'm able to farm down. But then they actually kill him with the Yveltal, so this is actually not good at all for my Giratina. I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball here, but I lose the CMP tie, which is unfortunate. So I will have to shield the Star Pulse, then try to get off a move. And it's going to go for the Shadow Ball, just to see a little bit, see how much damage I can do. This would have been a situation where Dragon Pulse might have been a little bit better on the Giratina. So I store a move, but then I swap into the Excadrill to shield, and at this point this game is over. The Ho is going to come back in and get some farm on the Excadrill. They have 2 shields still, so this is pretty much game over at this point. So I go for the Rock Slide pretty much as soon as I can, but this game is pretty much over. They do have 2 shields as I mentioned before, so they can pretty much incinerate me down or actually throw a move here. And again, I have no shields, so they're at the Brave Bird, which will take out my Excadrill, and then they're going to be at another Brave Bird here, and then actually one more Incinerate will definitely farm down my Giratina. So great game to my opponent. It was a little bit tough to come back from that one. The double flyer line, especially with the Yveltal, is actually pretty tricky to deal with for this team. And moving on to the next battle. Alright, so we have Excadrill into a Metagross. Let's see how this goes. Alright, and actually the opponent decides to surrender, so I'm not sure what he's thinking. Maybe he had triple weak to Excadrill in the back, but good game to my opponent there. Very well played. Alright, and we are moving on to the final battle of this set. So I hope you all have been doing well with your battles, and especially with the Holiday Cup still ongoing. Yeah, I hope you guys do well. And last battle we have Excadrill into a Garchomp. So this isn't exactly the most greatest of matchups here. So it's actually a Dragon Tail Garchomp, which is fine. They actually swap into Gyarados, a Waterfall Gyarados at that. So I'm actually able to get off this Rock Slide here. Hopefully I can do some chip damage, which is good. So now I'm going to swap into Giratina and get some farm from this Gyarados. Just gonna go ahead and try Shadow Claw all the way down. And there's no reason really for me to shield any of these moves. Crunch won't really KO, but they're actually running Twister, which was surprising for me. But nonetheless, the Giratina is able to farm and get pretty much almost 100 energy here. So what's going to come back in is going to be that Garchomp. And I'm going to throw the Ominous Wind bait here just to see if they want to shield the potential Shadow Ball. So they do. So now I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball here against the Garchomp. And see what they want to do. They actually do not shield this one, which is fine. So, and now the Garchomp actually throws, and this is actually going to be a Sand Tube, which is fine. Gonna let it go. Gonna try to get a little bit more farm here. Dragon Tail is definitely chunking. I thought I was going to be able to get to the Omnis Wind, but wasn't able to. So now I can safely come in with Lugia, actually, because now I know that they're running Dragon Tail and Sand Tube and potentially Outrage. So, which is fine. I'm going to get a little bit of farm here from the Lugia with these Dragon Tails. Again, they're chunking. And this Garchomp's going to be throwing a Sand Tube again. Won't really do anything at all. Going to throw a couple more Dragon Tails and farm down this Garchomp. And they have a Rhyperior in the back. It's a Mudslap Rhyperior, actually. So even better for me. I'm going to go straight for the Aeroblast here and see what this Rhyperior wants to do. But I do have a Excadrill in the back still, which is a solid response to this Rhyperior. So I'm going to come in with that. And I still have 2 shields. Even though these Mudslaps are chunking, the Excadrill is still able to get to these moves quicker than the Rhyperior. And at this point, this almost takes out the Rhyperior. CMP tie right there. They're going to go for a move, and it's going to be the Stone Edge. And at this point, the Excadrill can farm down, and that's the game. Great game to my opponent, very well played. So yeah, as I was saying earlier in the video, this is such an awesome team to run. Again, the Lugia and Excadrill core are very solid. They cover each other's weaknesses pretty well. So yeah, if you guys have the resources, and if you guys have an Elite TM, in case you don't have a Lugia with Aeroblast, I would highly recommend to give this team a try. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and comment, and also subscribe to this video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.